Continue. Hi, in our childhood days, we have studied respect the elderly. And here, Weizmann International has gone one step ahead in taking care of Care the Aged project. This is under Southwest India region, India area. So, I am Reggie, and we have with us two very senior people with whom we will be spending some time and trying to understand around this aspect. Uh, I have Thomas Matthew, who is a retired deputy chief engineer, and by education he is a civil engineer, and also Rebecca Thomas, who is a retired professor from College of Engineering, and she is an MTech in civil engineering. So let us hear from them. Hello. Since we are very close, I know about your achievements and how it was your life and all. When it comes to this topic, we recently hear a lot of things good and bad. So we would like to hear from your experience so that the younger generation will be benefited. So my first thing which I would like to know is, how was your younger days, like your childhood days? What was the view about taking care of the elderly or caring the aged people? Let us start from that. Yeah.
Looking back to my childhood days, this family setup was such that, along with my parents, my siblings, our grandparents were also at the house. And those days, they used to get much respect from others. They had their friends, our relatives, almost their age, usually visit our house, and our grandparents also used to visit their houses, and everybody is interested in the welfare of everybody else.
Okay.
That was the setup in those days, and as children, we used to give much respect to our seniors. That was the general thing in
All around.
yeah.
So it was more like a joint family, and
Joint family.
you had somebody to guide you or
Yes,
mentor you
yes.
in the right direction.
And we were taught like that
From school
Sunday
days
schools and
itself.
all that.
Okay, okay.
And again, the thing is, the interesting thing is that whenever there is some problem for my grandfather, my Appachan, all others, the relatives and all others will immediately
Come.
and see what it is and whatever they can do, and that vice versa.
Okay.
In those days, of course, we didn't have telephones and we didn't have any car or anything, and even the roads were not as beautiful as
No.
now. We used to have just a small pathways, so there was no question of any ambulance or anything coming there and taking them. And the hospitals were also far away. We had to walk at least 2-3 miles to get to the nearest hospital, which is the Taluk Hospital, government hospital. And we had to wait in the long queue for hours together. By the time we will not feel like having any more medicine or anything like that. Then ultimately what they do is they give some mixture in the bottle which we should take along with us, and also they will advise some food items, whatever we can take and all that, and we get back home. That was that. But when there is something very serious, of course, people
Used to take
sat
to-
together and they took decision what they should do.
Okay.
And my grandmother was taken to Trivandrum hospital, eye hospital for her
Surgery.
eye operation.
Okay.
Like that. That was also there. Then that is a big affair. Then everybody
Will
will gather together and they will will
Support.
support
Even if the facilities are less, there are people to take care.
yeah, that was
Okay.
happening.
What is your opinion? Is it similar or anything?
Yes, it's quite similar. I remember our Ammachi, Pallikal Ammachi, saying, it is our duty to look after the grandfather. Then when I was married, and I was married in 1966, when I went to the house, the grandfather was
Ill.
bedridden.
Not okay.
He was not okay, and he was having no control of urine and all. And
Grandmother had passed away much earlier.
grandmother was already
Passed
passed
away,
away
okay.
at that time. And my mother-in-law, that is our Ammachi, used to say, it is our duty to look after our grandfather. And if we employ some servant to do the washing of his clothes and all the blessing will go to that servant only.
Okay.
So if you want to get the
blessings.
of the grandfather, you have to assist him for washing his clothes, for taking care of him, all his
All the things.
assistance.
Okay.
If you will get the blessings. So that was the concept given to the children.
Okay. Okay.
So the children were always willing to
Take
do
These kind of.
assistance.
It was a kind of social service from the family
Family,
itself.
yes.
Okay.
No point of appointing home nurses and all.
There
The
was
children will help them.
Such facilities were not
there, and financially also may not be able to.
Yes.
Okay.
So the children were happily doing that with the concept that we will get blessings.
At least there is one bonus of blessings.
Especially my younger sister, she used to take care of
Grandfather.
grandparents very much.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, we all. I was also helping him. He wanted to. He usually gets up at 4 o'clock early morning, and he goes out.
Somebody need to accompany.
But then he wants a black coffee at that time. But at that time, mother and grandmother, the child,
They might be sleeping.
they too sleep. So I was asked to prepare this black coffee in the early morning. Even though I was a small boy, I knew how to do that.
So
And I also enjoyed it because I could also.
Another instance, when my mother-in-law was not well, she was at the age of 73 or 74, no?
70s,
Around that, yeah.
late 70s.
Yeah. She was brought here with us. And at that time, I had some servant problem. There was no servant to assist me. Then my sister-in-law sent her daughter, who was doing her final year BSc, I think. And it was her study leave before exam.
Very near to
And then
Alexa.
that mall came willingly to assist me to look after Valyamaji.
And I think she retired as a headmistress from a school.
Yes.
So nowadays, no parents will dare to do that. They will say it is
yes.
exam time, or they will say chicken box or something.
I was wondering, I asked you why you are sending this small girl to assist me. Then she said, it's okay. She will get the blessing for that.
Yes.
That is her faith.
One way that is correct.
The sister-in-law, and that is very correct.
So I think you may be having a lot of experience, but in the wake of time, let me try to conclude. What I understand is that joint family and the mentoring, I think that is lacking in the current generation.
Yes.
I don't think we can go back to that concept, but at least some takeaways, like I think I have heard in Bible saying, like, one generation they will sit during some major function and share the experience to the next generation. I think these kind of that experience sharing may help. Even people don't have time for listening to that also.
Yes.
Anyway, let us hope for best. At least not everybody is bad, I assume. So let us get into the next point. That is what I would like to hear. See, I have recently I saw in Facebook one guy, it's a very sad incident. One guy was a retired police officer. Immediately after he writing his will, his son, kicked him out from the house. How far it is reality or is it again a real? I don't know, but many say it is a reality. It was also reported in the channel. But at the same time, there are many aged people who are very happy, or they may be poor, but they are happy and they have a happy life. So based on your experience or your life, your current life, especially you are nearing, both of you are nearing to see 1,000 full moons. Okay, so it's a fortunate thing. So from your current situation or experience, what do you feel? Are you getting the right kind of support or care which you want from surroundings or from your dear ones?
Pers-
Uh,
Personally,
about that, what I feel is, I feel myself very fortunate to have two of my sons near me. One son staying with me, the other one very near, and also our neighborhood. All are very cordial. All are, whenever there is a problem, they all come together. That's a. I cannot generalize this. In our case, that is that. But of course, we hear so many things where parents are not properly treated, particularly on considering the financial these things and all. But in our case, such things are not. The only problem probably is that children are busy with so many things. It's unlike those days. They are always busy with so many things. They have to take care of their official matters, then they take care of their children. So many things are there. So we may not always be able to get them to be with us always. That is, unfortunately, that is the present day situation. We have to bear with that. That is not affecting us much. But what may affect us is if we don't get sufficient support at the time when we are badly in need of it. But fortunately, that is not the case with us. We are happy. Thank God.
We will come back to that. You were saying you have heard of different incidents. So if there, you just think about any you don't need to reveal the name or something. Any reference which comes to your mind, good or bad, you can share that after a post. So do you have anything similar to share like this?
I fully agree with Mr. Thomas Matthew, but in certain houses there are problems because their children may be out of station, may be working in Canada or Australia. Such cases are there, and they are having a lot of money, financially well. They are appointing a driver, they have appointed a driver, then home nurse and all. A male nurse for father, a female nurse for mother, security, and everything is there. But
Sometimes
some
it may not.
sad things are happening. For example, the male nurse, when others are sleeping, will go and take drinks.
Okay. So
Alcohol.
if
Alcohol and ill-treat this father.
okay.
Such incidents.
The patient whom he was supposed to take care, he was
Need to- may have to take care of the bystanders.
When the father wants to go to toilet,
then
he
you
will
have
kick him.
beat
Or
him. Oh,
like
okay.
that. Some unfortunate incidents are there.
But
such things are being reported.
reported. Okay. So, but from your personal view,
From
your view, you
our
feel
view,
happy.
From our case is different. Because we are getting care from our children.
Children and
Directly.
dear ones and neighborhood and all.
And,
So you have made I think you have made a very good social network. That may be one reason.
That is
That is also
Through
there.
church or other social organization,
Yeah.
and especially you are part of NAB, National Association for Blind, and also you may be interacting with many like-minded people. They may be weak, but they have the mind to support it. That is,
Yeah, yeah.
I think that is what earlier you were also saying. In the joint family, you have many difficulties, but people are ready to support. And here also, even if the children are away, they may be by mind, they may be supporting or so. But okay, I got it. So any personal, very close incident where you think it might have gone wrong or anything like that, or all this from media only.
We have in from the family also, we are having some problems.
Our close relatives.
One lady whose husband passed away some time back. Three children, two of them are having 4 children. All are well off, and they are at different places. She is alone. She has a lot of physical problems. But of course, just as we said earlier, they have made all arrangements for her, and she is financially well off, but still at the
Right point.
at some point where she felt being isolated, she's alone.
She is losing confidence.
She helpless, and she lost her confidence doing things, and so at that stage she is thinking of moving to some old age home or something like that.
Okay.
Then we are not very sure that she will get all of the very good attention
right
at the
support.
old age homes or wherever. Of course, there is a facility available, but how far it is good for people is
Not sure.
not sure. Such experiences are also there.
Very good. So before we conclude, my last point is like, with all your experience, with you seeing a lot of people and spending a lot of time in this world, what is the advice to the younger society about taking care of the elderly?
The younger society should be aware of the problems
That
of
is
the
awareness.
aware of the problems that their parents may, or themselves, the problems which may come in the
We have
old
to,
age.
We have to make, we have to remember that today's child is tomorrow's youth. And today's youth is going to be a
Elderly person.
elderly person
Tomorrow.
after some time. Then you must think about what will happen when we reach that position, unless our children or somebody takes care of us. Then there are other things, mainly the government is proclaiming so many advantageous things for, and rules, making rules for carrying the old, like
Senior citizen.
free treatment,
Health, medical.
then reservation bus or train and all that. But people are not, most
Aware
of the
of.
people are not aware of it. Or one
not
day.
reaching the
Second
society.
is the officials who are supposed to know these things and do these things.
They are also
they
ignorant.
are not always willing to.
And they are not willing also.
So that is the younger generation should study these things, what all things are there and what all things are their rights by the government rules. What all things are the rights of an elderly person, and how should they fulfill that?
Yeah,
Another
recent,
thing is you have to foresee the problems of the old
Yeah.
elderly. That is, as we grow old, when the age is advancing, that is nearing 80 or something, the muscles will get weakened.
weak.
There will be degeneration of the bones,
Okay.
the memory problems,
Well,
Everything will slowly come
Yes,
down.
yes.
Brain degeneration. also.
brain degeneration,
Yeah.
and the problems like that. So the old people may not be able to manage their daily routines by themselves. They need help.
Help and support.
That you have to
The
force
younger
it.
generation need to.
Younger generation to
Yes,
know.
exactly.
For their own safety, they should
For their
force it,
future, yeah.
their own future, they should plan ahead for the old age.
Old age,
That
okay.
is, the appliances, then the fittings to be used, all should be there.
Hand railings, etc. Example.
The whole setup, the house setup and all that.
So,
Need to be modified friendly for the
friendly
elderly.
for the elderly. And the toilets, etc., should be designed
Made.
in such a way
It is
that
not a slippery floor and things like that.
No.
Okay, very good.
there is no possibility of slipping down or falling down.
No.
Then you can use the
Providing ramps.
Ramps for walking, yeah, exactly.
Wheelchair or whatever.
And basically, what you were doing in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you may not be able to do in
Yes.
70s, 80s.
Yes.
So we need to
you
prepare
have to
for
plan
that.
ahead.
And recently I heard from someone, there is a new initiative in the UK where you can volunteer to take care of the elderly. See, from your time itself, you can time slice 2 hours or in a week, 2 days. This will be accounted against you in the future.
That is the
And when
banking.
you become old, this will be a bonus for you.
Banking.
Of the social
Yeah.
service that you do,
Such things.
giving back to the society. And I think if all countries or states implement this, it will be a better world to live with. And even our organization also, the motto is to acknowledge the duty that accompanies every right.
Yes.
So let us try to conclude. Thank you very much for your time, and I assume the society or the generation will benefit from this. Okay.
Thank you.